All right.
So who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today?
My name's Ian Goldstein. I'm a partner at Fenwick and West, based here in New York, City.
Well, great. So have you been to any HITLAB summits or symposiums in the past, or is this your first one?
This is my second year
Okay.
working with Stan and the team at HITLAB to support this conference, and we had a great experience at last year's conference, and so we're back again and happy to support the ecosystem here.
That's great. So do you mind talking a little bit about how you support HITLAB and what your organization does?
Sure. We're a law firm.
Yep.
So Fenwick is one of the leading law firms in the country representing venture-backed companies in the technology and life sciences space and the venture investors that support that ecosystem. Obviously, digital health is a very large piece of that world, both around the country, around the globe, but also in particular here in New York City. So as part of sort of building our office here in New York City and supporting the venture-backed companies and entrepreneurs that are really driving innovation in New York, we're here to support HITLAB and really learn like the trends, meet the people, and see what is sort of driving towards that next level of healthcare innovation.
Yeah, absolutely. So you touched on it a little bit, but how do you see kind of big picture these summits being beneficial both to you guys specifically at Fenwick and also in general to all the attendees?
Yeah, look, personal connectivity is a big deal. We're past the pandemic, but it's really nice to kind of get back to building relationships with people in person. I think there's really no substitute for making those connections, really understanding where people are coming from, what kind of businesses they're building, and see where those connections lead. They could be connections that lead to investment opportunities. They could be connections that lead to business partnerships of different types. So being present here at HITLAB and seeing the energy in the room is just part of that theme.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that part of what you guys do is kind of look for different trends and come to these summits in order to observe those. Is there anything in particular that you've noticed, any trends in digital health that you're looking out for, or anything that just excites you in general?
Look, I think digital health still has a lot of promise to give, I would say, right? I think the industry has made a big impact in improving healthcare outcomes, in creating better efficiencies in the healthcare ecosystem, but there's still a lot of distance to go to really be truly impactful. And so I feel like we're at a moment where we're thinking about next generation products, particularly with the advent of AI and the implications that AI can bring to the digital health ecosystem and healthcare generally. So I'm excited to see what the innovators are doing in the space as it relates to what the next 5 to 10 years look like.
Yeah, absolutely. Are there any you were kind of talking about how there's a long way to go for digital health. Are there any gaps in particular that you've noticed that you hope that someone maybe addresses, or something that you think AI could help impact in some way?
Yeah, I would say sort of the real sort of data analytics as it relates to precision medicine and personal healthcare outcomes. I think that is where digital health infused with AI will really have a tremendous impact. And I'd like to see that manifest itself and also be sort of widely adopted so that a much broader segment of the population can have access to those kinds of insights and those better healthcare outcomes.
Yeah, I completely agree that preventative care and early diagnosis is definitely being kind of headmanned by AI, and that's super interesting.
For sure.
Are there any particular speakers or talks that you're looking forward to today, or what is, I guess, your main goal that you want to get out of this summit?
I think it's really just keeping an ear to the ground, meeting a lot of people, hearing what a lot of the innovative companies that are earlier stage, what they're doing, what they're thinking about, how they're driving towards different trends and improvements in the industry, and just being here to get to know people.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. Well, Ian, thank you so much for chatting with me today. I really appreciate it.
Great to meet you.
Yeah, great meeting you.
All right, pleasure.